What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of my Brandenburg Let's Play, where we just finished a pretty costly war with the Ottoman Empire, but we did win the war, and we should be happy with that result. We're looking pretty strong here. Lithuania's diplomatic situation is kind of awkward. However, we have a lot of opportunities to expand now, actually, out eastward. I actually have Holy War CB against Nogai, but also our truce is up with Muscovy. I noticed over here that the French are sitting right here. Right here, and that is quite concerning. He converted this province to Francen, and there's actually no core there anymore, which is irritating. But, yeah, our diplomatic situation has been weakened. We lost 2 allies, and I've been looking for opportunities to actually ally, and it looks like Portugal is literally one of the only nations that has any significance, really, at all, that we can, in fact, ally. I mean, the next best thing is, like, Savoy, who is an Italian. He does have a pretty large amount of development, but I think that Portugal is going to do the best job actually dissuading somebody from attacking us. So I'm quickly going to ally him. And I probably will annul that alliance in time. So I might not get a royal marriage with him, so we don't end up going over our diplo slots. And like I said at the end of last episode, we just got CB against Wallachia, and I might just go straight in against him, fully annex him, and take whatever cash he has. Our emperor died, giving us 10 imperial authority. Wow, we don't have an heir, really? Okay, so our current ruler is awful. I didn't realize at the end of last episode, but I did realize now that we've been over 50 power projection after that victory with the Ottomans. So that's really good. And, like, boy, we've been struggling for that power projection. So I'm going to insult France to help keep that up. Also, interestingly, now that we have this province, no nation out here should be able to actually pass until they take either of these forts, which means I might think about getting rid of some of these forts. We just built a fort in Kiev, but it's only fort level 1. They definitely serve a purpose now, but at a later date I might get rid of them and just upgrade this fort to a level 4. I'm going to go straight in against Wallachia here. I was thinking that he has been at peace for a while. He probably has some money saved up. And this is another province that we can convert to get papal influence with the Pope. Yeah, unfortunately our current ruler is pretty damn garbage. That's the really sad thing. We're doing good in imperial authority. Well, we're not really doing good in that regard either, are we? Looks like we can no longer be voted for, obviously, because we no longer have an heir. Let's go ahead and claim more Lithuanian land for the inevitable war against him in the future. Yeah, so I guess I want an heir ASAP. If we do get a queen and an heir, I'll think about killing our ruler in whatever method I can. Not too worried about these peasants over here. This monthly war exhaustion is pretty good, actually, for if we were ever involved in harsh wars. Monthly war exhaustion is a pretty good, nice little trait reduction. Of course, your war exhaustion does decrease even while being at war if it can be get, well, obviously, if you get modifiers like that which counteract whatever war exhaustion you are gaining. Yeah, so I'm going to go take a big chunk out of Nogai. Fortunately, these guys have horde ideas, which are pretty good, but they're not that incredible. I think I might be able to tick up to 17 before Nogai ticks up, but he is a weak nation in terms of his force limits, and his allies are actually further behind in tech. For once, we may be ahead in tech when we fight a war, and hopefully it will be really decisive for us. Okay, 136. Not great, but better than nothing at the same time. I might just go ahead and destroy this castle. Not needed. The Brandenburg is looking pretty big, guys, and it's time to kind of snowball like crazy, you know? Hopefully. This Protestant League war is just insane. It's really something else. It's got me worried. So I'm going to try to operate on not that many troops if we can. Like, I certainly won't build any more troops to try and kind of increase our manpower, but also gain some money while we're fighting this war. I definitely want to be hiring advisors. And we have the nice combo there of the inflation and trade, which can give you 200 admin and diplo event. If you're lucky, it's quite rare, but it can happen for sure. Okay, so Muscovy has 2 one province miners as allies. I'm going to position my troops to go smash them out for a separate piece then. And we also have some rebels, Kivanian rebels, eh? How large is the stack going to be? Wow, quite large. Alright. I better deal with this rebel stack first. So unfortunately not that much succession action going on lately. We managed to get the PU over Sweden, obviously. But apart from that, in the last 100 years, there hasn't really been much. Also, it's 1622, so we have about 200 years remaining, guys. Just under 200 years. I wonder how much we can achieve in that time. Our money is really bleeding out like crazy at this point. Looks like we have another idea group available, but I don't really want to take up until I've embraced this. So I will delay taking up right now. No, I won't take a raw marriage with you, Portugal. I'm wondering, when can I ally the Pope? In five years' time we can ally the Pope. So France did move away. Yeah, I think he was going to attack me, the cheeky guy. I think he was going to attack me, but he was dissuaded, which is good. we split up our stacks here, we can actually minimize the size of this Kevanian revolt. Our war exhaustion's gone. And I would like to actually go back to war. Because we're losing money big time. A tremendous amount of money, man. We're losing so much money. I might take taxes from the Pope. I was waiting for more stability, but it's not like we're that desperate for it. That was worth 3 ducats a month by the looks of things. I've been really wondering why Novgorod has been at 11 admin for the longest time, guys. I'm not sure why that would be the case. England has a queen of our flavor. Guys, I don't think there's any way to... Okay, we got ourselves a queen, which means we don't have to worry about regency if we obtain an heir. I don't think there's any way that we can realistically PU this guy, even though he's got a German queen, unless his heir was to die and he had a weak heir or no heir. It's pretty archetypal of England to have a queen, right, as opposed to a king. Come on, game. Would be really nice to PU England, but this is not also really the time to do something like that, like, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm sick of waiting around. We'll just deal with the rebels on the fly. We'll go first in against Muscovy, and then straight in against Nogai. Muscovy has been on the decline for the longest time. I almost feel bad for him. Those Russian bastards. "41-year-old Bohemian." I would love to PU him, but he's hostile with me, so I won't be getting a royal marriage anytime soon. What has been our mission? I completely forgot. Let's cancel that. Really nice quick siege there on Anhalt. Do some in rivalries for some prestige. How many troops do the Muscovites have, I wonder? Pretty typical of Muscovy. They should have some, despite being so small. It looks like they got 21,000 of entirely infantry, and then another small stack. Holy crap! 4553 general? Are you kidding me? I'm so jealous. Like, why is it that I never get any generals like that? I mean, Christ, that's impressive. So we are outnumbered. I would have to make sure his units are kind of split. Which they kind of look separate right now. I ain't afraid of that 16 stack. And I think we're the same tech, are we? Yeah, we just teched up. Alright, well, they're consolidating. That is quite awkward, actually. I've got to be careful. Utrecht has a decent amount of money for us to take, which will delay that incoming loan. Desperately need an heir. Some war going on inside the empire, it looks like. God, Poland's so annoying. How is it he has, like, Austria as an ally, I swear? Like, how is that strategically beneficial for Austria? I would never know. He's a bloody one province minor man. Just grow up, Austria. He's probably doing it specifically to try to undermine me. How rude. We almost have Lithuania entirely claimed. We kind of want England to not back him up in a defensive war, but at the same time that means that England's not going to be backing us up. And we don't want that. France has 107,000 troops. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Even though I'm the emperor, he's basically like stronger than us in force limit. We're already currently manning as many troops as we can. We're kind of over that in a sense, over the troop limit. How horrible. A part of me wants to assault that. So we are gaining some manpower back at least. And obviously a lot of the money that we're losing it's because of the mercs that we have. I do intend to kind of cycle them out. But we're not that appallingly far in debt right now. I'm thinking, how many loans would it take to embrace? Now doing that gives us another merchant. And the thing is, we can put it on Rhineland, but our control over Lubeck is just so limited. I think it's smarter to put it into here. The merchant that we just received. We don't need to strengthen Lubeck, as we don't collect that much there. I would rather strengthen my influence there. Let's take up our Duplo. %51% war score. I would love to quickly just take some battles, though, if we can catch these guys out. That should boost our war score up there really high. Ah, come on. How about we, what's that, fort level 2? Let's just leave some cannons there and see if we can go just catch some of these troops out and acquire the war score from that, which will put us very high, and then we should be able to take near 100% war score, I would suggest. He's going south, okay. He's kind of trapped. I'm going to go for this stack. Damn it, we don't have a general there on that stack. Versus his incredible general. 16th. Nice, we cut that off though. Okay, that's 2 clean victories. Three clean victories. I'll take some Duplo there at the cost of prestige, as we don't need no prestige. We've got plenty of prestige. Now I want to retain the CB against him, really. Improving influence in both Kazan and Novgorod works well for us. And with our trait from our ruler, that costs us basically no war exhaustion, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's go deal with these rebels. So next up, man, the Brandenburg beast getting pretty beastly, guys. That's something we can do, I think. Improve relations with Hesse. Still saving up for the stability from the Pope, although manpower would be pretty good as well. This overextension is rough, man. Costs a lot. I wonder, should we get rid of some of these forts? We've got a lot of forts. That's one way to help out our economy. They're fairly well placed, though. I'm just going to keep them. Yep. so I plan to attack Nogai, and with our tech advantage, should be really easy to just crush that guy. But there's not that much point. We can wait a little bit while we're coring up this land. The Diet of Berlin Cologne. I think that is the best result, guys. That is exactly what I was hoping for. Catholic becomes the official faith. Thank goodness for that. A part of me, you know, everybody was so hyped for the war and so on. A part of me feels bad in that sense. Do you know what I mean? That we didn't. A lot of people have been commenting that it's just, that was such a big league. I mean, it was more than the entirety of Europe was going to be involved. But I was secretly hoping that it would just time out like that. It wasn't very time efficient at all. But in terms of having the best game, that was the best result. We won because his terrifying league was too afraid to attack. And I am certainly not feeling sad at all about that. I'm really happy. So Catholicism is finally the official faith. And we can get our game rolling in terms of the emperorship. Now I'm hoping if we take diplomacy from the Pope and we're not overextended, etc., I can just pass that no problem, which gives us 10% reduced coring cost. And we can easily add land to the empire. Also, I'm going to begin enforcing religion via diplomacy on nations. This guy here, he's allied to Pomerania, so I think if we attack Pomerania, we can do enforce him to be Catholic. But life's good in the hood, guys. We should look for some electors, though. It's Catholic electors. We need to do 3 more by the looks of things. Why don't we make Wolfsburg Cleves and Munster. Now we should be able to get their votes no problem, as long as we are in fact eligible. We don't have an heir right now, and that's awkward. That's really awkward. But things are looking good. Yeah, so I think next episode, guys, we're going to be adding some land to the empire. I have to add this up. We can add plenty of land. I could take diplomacy from the Pope and pass the 3rd reform. And that really is going to motivate me to take more and more land, guys, because I want to get the vassals as soon as possible. Obviously, the biggest nations, like Bohemia, I should be trying to enforce religion on them. Hopefully, their hostile attitude goes away. So why don't we improve relations with Bohemia? A lot of these hostile nations' attitudes will actually shift, I imagine, now that they're not outside of the league. And we get +1 missionary strength, +1 unrest in all Catholic provinces, yearly legitimacy, and imperial authority growth +25%. That's going to help us catch up like crazy. That really is going to help us catch up like crazy. Okay, so I'm going to probably look to ally Bohemia. Build our relations with him, ally him up to get the this here, and just enforce religion on him through peace, if possible. I'm not sure we'll actually be able to get there, but there's no point trying to do it through war anyway. Same goes for other nations like Saxony and the Palatinate. Current mission is to get 100+ relations with this guy, which looks entirely possible. Cool, so I think that's a pretty good place to stop it. I hope you guys aren't disappointed that the Protestant League didn't fire, but I was really pooing my pants, and I felt like the league was pretty good. It was pretty even in a sense. It would have been a really awkward time for it to fire for us, and I'm happy with this result. That's going to allow us to, hopefully, when our truce is up with the Ottomans, just continue fighting these brutal battles with him. But if we do fight the brutal battles and slowly have victories, while throughout our truce time we're expanding, I imagine we can expand faster than he can as the AI. And as far as Europe is concerned, I'm going to put it on the back burner. I'm actually hoping at this point, guys, if we expand like crazy, which is what I intend to do, is snowball out eastward with that 10% reduced coring cost on top of whatever we already have. I'm hoping that even France becomes an invalid rival. And at that point, we're going to have much more opportunities to actually like PU nations. We're going to be looking for the big PUs now that Castile is not hating on us over Castile, France, Portugal, England, even Austria, I suppose, but it's less significant. And any nation like Aragon as well, I suppose. But with that being said, I'm going to deal with them in the later stage of the game. And right now, it is Asia. The crusade into the east begins. I hope you guys are enjoying and looking forward to it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.